The last couple of weeks, it seems I've been coming on here talking about how much was going on in the world of New York sports. Well, it's been quite the transition over the last couple of weeks, over the last 7 days, really. Yeah, the football season is still going on, but just how relevant is it? Well, we're going to talk about it. It is Wednesday night, and we are live. And well, welcome everybody to New York Sports Wicker Media. I am Wa2K99. Thank you as always for joining me for the Wednesday Night Live extravaganza. And it is really feeling like a transition time in the world of New York sports. Yes, we're going to get to the Jets in just a little bit. We got a lot to talk about. It seems every day there's new news coming out, and you can find one more reason to get depressed as hell if you really want to. So we will see what we're going to do and where things stand going into this weekend's game against just that powerhouse team from Foxborough, the New England Patriots. But before we do that, we got a big turnout early on. Wow, man, double digits immediately. I love this. Tony Alexio. I'm pretty convinced. Have you guys ever been on Jake Asman's show? I know you have. If you've ever seen Jake Asman's show, I'm pretty sure Tony Alexio is also Mr. Reality. I'm pretty sure that Tony moonlights as Mr. Reality because you can see the negativity. You can feel the frustration coming through your screen right now with no desire to win, he says. Right now, Tony, it's a little bit hard to disagree with you, but remember, New England's lost 6 in a row. Jets have only lost 4 in a row. You know what that means? The Jets are the hotter team. Humor me because I need it. We all need it. Roger F. First, glad to be here with the Bet's Chess podcaster on the YouTubes. Roger, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is very, very kind. The intro song sounds like the Rolling Stones going to a go-go. Yeah, that's the music I've been using pretty much since the beginning. I did have somebody tell me, maybe switch it up a little bit. I could, but you know what? I haven't really found a quick intro song like that, sort of like the rock, but not hard rock, sort of the approachable fun with the guitar and all that. Yeah, for me, it just seems fitting, and there is a bit of a familiarity thing to it. But yeah, so I'm glad you like the song. Grandizer, Baba Booey, and to myself and all your wonderful viewers, Grandizer, glad you're here, and you are here early. Glad you're taking a break from Broncos podcasts and Vikings podcasts and whatever podcasts you're hanging out with today. But I'm glad that you took the time to stop by. David D here as well. Greetings to you, my friend. Glad you showed up tonight. Nice and early. Tony, the Mets had a great season. The Jets have no desire to win. I've got to say this right now about the Mets. And I already did sort of a quick recap video where I was just feeling very down when I was very somber. I didn't do any yelling in that particular video. I wasn't angry they lost. I was just disappointed, But I've been hearing things like, and the Seven Lion Army, and I've attended Met games with the Seven Lion Army first and foremost. Love it. I've met some very cool people through that group, but they're basically saying now we're being misconstrued. But what they said was, man, maybe there should be a parade to honor this team or something like that. And I'm like, screw that. You don't celebrate mediocrity. Yeah, the Mets had a really good season. We didn't even get to the freaking World Series. No. Parades are for winners. The Mets had a good run, a fun run, but let's not act like they, won the pennant. I'm sorry, they didn't do it. Yeah, so we can't be doing that. I'm sorry. Good moments, nice memories, but you know what this season's going to be remembered by? What do the Mets do from here? Because think about it. 2006, this is your Mets portion of the show. 06, they were the best team in baseball, won a round, should have won the NLCS. They didn't do it. And after that, they didn't make the playoffs for another 9 years. So 06 feels a little bit bittersweet. Question is, what do the Mets do from here? Do they take the next step forward and get to the World Series or even win it in the next year or two? We'll look back at 2024 differently than if they miss the playoffs the next couple of years. So the verdict is yet to be written. Grandizer, how was your day? Work good, lunch good, ready for a super good stream? Yeah, work was pretty good. I had a 1 hour training session and then a 1.5 hour meeting with my trainer and my boss. So just figuring out some different issues that we've got with bigger systems in the education world. I'll leave it at that. Lunch was pretty good. Had some excellent potatoes and Brussels sprouts. A little protein drink to go with that. Didn't have the meat for lunch, just the potatoes and the Brussels sprouts. I'll tell you what I did with the potatoes. I'm going to give you the food info real quick. So what I did is I did a cold sear on a steak. Okay, so typically I do a reverse sear, but with a cold sear, you start the steak, season it first, of course, and you want the steak to be a good 1.5 inches thick. Don't get any of that thin cut crap. Put it in a non-stick skillet. I know this is crazy. Turn it up, cold skillet, high heat, 2 minutes. Keep flipping it anywhere from about 8 to 12 minutes, depending on the thickness and how you like your steak done. And it sort of rendered off all that fat slowly into the pan, and the steak came out perfect. Had a beautiful sear on it. And as the steak rested for 10 minutes, I put some potatoes, which I had microwaved for 5 minutes, into the pan. So the potatoes are cooking in all that wonderful beef fat. And guys, even leftover, some of the best potatoes I've ever had. And I'm not a big potato eater because they take so long. But all I did, I microwaved these guys in olive oil, salt, pepper, covered 5 minutes, and fished them off in the hot pan 10 minutes. Turned them to get some browning. Amazing weeknight steak and potato. Just fantastic. Cameron's here. Adam, are you doing Rangers games this season? I'll do a couple here and there. I think as the season kind of goes on a little bit, not every game, but yeah, I will do some Ranger games this season. I think I'm going to try to get into a little bit of a habit of it. I just can't commit to doing it every single game. But what I think I will do is when I plan to do it, and I'll start figuring it out, I will put the stream up a little bit in advance. Yeah, because I don't know too many people who do the Ranger streams. There was one guy, but he wasn't very nice. So yeah, I didn't spend any time on him. Man, we got so many people here. I can't even get to the freaking content. I kind of love this. Tony Alexio, hey Harlan, how you doing? If Rogers is hurt, maybe the Jets should start Martinez. That'll be the day. Yuki Matsui says, "What's up, Wicker? Hey, I'm doing great, man." Okay, Tony, I can't acknowledge all of your negativity when it's too over the top. I can't do it. I get as miserable as any fan. If you see my tweets, if you saw my 1 minute rant that I put out, you know how angry I can get. I'll get livid at the team. I hesitate to call players busts. I don't know. I think we're very quick to say bust or best I've ever seen. We're a little quick on that, in my opinion. Roger F likes it still bleeding black and blue. That's right. The very hot sear, like on one side, super, super high heat, and then just on each side, but still you can hear that moo coming as it comes onto the plate, right? Very nice. I think that's how my dad would like it too. He likes it the way he likes sex. Very rare, apparently. Anyway. Grandizer, as you know, I am a Sharks fan. However, I enjoy your NHL and Rangers coverage. Well, thank you very much. All the best to your Sharks. Yeah, they've been going through a lot of hard times, but I hope it goes well for you. By the way, I'm not going to the gym tonight. I ran earlier this morning, so I'll stay here as long as anybody wants me to. Billy, what's up, man? There is no getting right for the Jets. Erase the franchise. Give us a brand new expansion team. I have thought about maybe they should be relegated to the UFL. I think they fit right in there with the Birmingham Stallions and the 3 teams in Texas. It might work out. I hope I could stay until the Wheel of Jets game. Well, hey, guys, you give me those 15 likes, and we got a lot of people in the chat right now. We will spin the wheel a little bit later on tonight. We might even do multiple wheels. Yeah, last week we did the 100 random Jets wheel, so maybe we'll do some different stuff here. All right. Tony, I will not. I want to mention this one. The problem is the Jets don't utilize their talent. Where's Corley, Bunch? Yeah, Bunch, Betterfinger Gibson. That's how I'm going to say it. Oh, I got so much to say about that. All right, we're going to get into the Jets in a little bit, but guys, first of all, I'm going to get to, we're not doing hockey in the 3 and out. I talked a little bit about hockey with the Frozen Frenzy for Tuesday. Do I think the Rangers will be in the playoffs? Absolutely, yes. Will they win the Stanley Cup? I think they need to adjust the roster. I think they need a little more grit. They got to tighten up on defense because it's very different in the regular season versus when you get to the playoffs and you see the same team game after game after game. The Florida Panthers were the Rangers' kryptonite. And by the way, Rangers-Panthers Thursday night, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be one to watch for sure. You can never say, do I think the team will win a Stanley Cup? I think they definitely have a chance to win the Stanley Cup, but I think there may be some adjustments needed as we go on. Send the Jets to the lingerie league. I will say this: Quentin Williams in lingerie would be quite the sight to see. I'll give everybody a minute so they can go vomit. All right, guys, I need to talk about something positive for just a minute. Just a minute. Oh, Grandizer, you won't let me move on. But my thought on the DeAndre Hopkins trade and the Ernest Jones trade, Tennessee made a trade with Seattle. I mean, Tennessee's doing a bunch of wheeling and dealing. Cool. DeAndre Hopkins, Kansas City needs help at wide receiver with Hollywood Brown out for the year. So, you know what? Kansas City could trade for any receiver and we'll be like, okay, makes sense. I get that. Billy says we could bring back the flight crew and have them play against the Pats. Might have a better chance. Maybe that's where they all went. Maybe they all went to the lingerie league. I don't know if it's still going on. All right, guys, let's talk about what's on my mind and a little bit of what we like to call 3 and out. I'm going to run through this stuff because, guys, I could sense the tension. I could sense the angst. I could sense the frustration. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but I got to run through a couple of items here. Knicks versus Celtics last night. Of course, this had to be the same time as the Frozen Frenzy. 132-109 beatdown the Knicks suffered in Boston. The Boston, they raised the banner and then they laid down the hammer. That's how it went down. 29 three-pointers by Boston. That's more points than the Jets have scored all year. And at one point in the second half, check this out. The Knicks were shooting 59% of the field and the Celtics were shooting 58%. And yet Boston was winning 99-70. That is screwed freaking up what was going on there. They were making shot after shot after shot. Now, I'm not alarmed by this at all. It'll take the Knicks some time to mesh. They had a Karl-Anthony Towns. They had a Mikal Bridges. They're missing several players. And those two newcomers, they played well, okay? But the NBA did the Knicks no favors with this brutal early schedule. They've got a home opener Friday night against Indiana. They've got Cleveland very early on. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about this. I just can't take the people already killing the Karl-Anthony Towns trade after one game when you lose to the defending champions in their building. So I'm not sweating this at all. On to the New York Giants. Item number 2, a 28-3 loss to Philly. Saquon Barkley, it was a revenge game. 17 carries, 176 yards, and 1 touchdown. The offense was so bad for the Giants. Drew Lock got in this game a quarterback. Maybe the Jets could get him too. I don't know. Daniel Jones didn't have his worst game, but he completed 14 of 21 passes for 99 whole yards. But he was under fire. He got sacked 7 times behind an offensive line that would make the 2019 Jets look competent. All right. They didn't have Andrew Thomas. Without him, it all falls apart. Philadelphia had 7 sacks in this game. Going into it, they had 11 sacks in 5 games. That says a lot more about the Giants. And Daniel Jones, he has not thrown a touchdown pass in 6 consecutive home games, and the Giants have scored a total of 10 points in their last 2 games. They are 2-5, just like another team we know, 0-3 in the division, 0-4 at home. Now they're at Pittsburgh on Monday night. Good freaking luck. Item number 3, I'm going to say a quick word about the World Series, which is why I have Yankee Stadium in the background. You know, the Fox executives, they are currently, as I understand right now, currently doing the reach arounds on the Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani bobbleheads as they speak. You know, you go to Notre Dame, every player hits the play like a champion sign before they come out to the field. The Fox executives are going like this to Ohtani and Judge right now. That's what they do. But the series begins in La La Land, 8 o'clock Friday night. Garrett Cole starts game 1 for the Yankees. My prediction, I'm going Dodgers in 7. I think they got the deeper lineup than the Yankees do. The bullpen is better as well. I think it's going to be a little bit too much for the Yankees to handle. By the way, a quick word, I'm doing it with my left arm. Godspeed Fernando Valenzuela, who passed away just today or last night at age 63. So one of the biggest phenomenons in baseball for that period in 1981. Rest in peace to Fernando. I'd play Fernando by ABBA, but God knows I get dinged for it. Okay, guys, let's get that out of there. I want to, let's do what we need to do. I think there's a little bit too much blue on the screen right now. So, guys, you know what we're about to do. Let's flip it from blue to green. And then I think we need to change the background. Let's go to a better place. I'd say a happier place, but I can't quite say that that's true. But there we are in MetLife Stadium. And guys, I know you're down, but everybody, even if you don't want to say it out loud, just say it in your mind. 1, 2, 3. I had to let it play one more time there, just to be on the safe side. Roger F. Fernando pitched into his late 50s. Yeah, some of these guys, these lefties, they're made a little bit different, right? They really are. Billy SBC, Robert Saleh has signed on with the Packers as a consultant. Yeah, I did see that had just gone down here. Kawhi Leonard will be missing weeks if you're a basketball fan. That's not surprising. He hasn't really played since he won that championship with the Raptors. Yeah, and I think what was weird about Saleh was that they said he was at Packers practice, but Matt LaFleur said it was going to help with the offensive side, which seems weird. It sounds like it's just a visit. We'll see. Maybe they'll hire him in sort of a part-time role. I don't think it's going to be anything more than that. If I'm Robert Saleh, I don't want anything more than a part-time role at this particular point, halfway through the season. Plus, it allows him to go make a 38th kid if he wants to do that. So, Godspeed to him and Mrs. Saleh, who must be pretty worn down by now. All right, guys, this is going to hurt. Yeah, that's the thing. As a consultant to the Packers offense, I'm like, what the hell does he know about offense? So, I guess that's why it's part-time. Anyway, so we're recapping Game 7 here. What can you say? Guys, for this game, I did predict Pittsburgh to win. I actually predicted a final score of 27-10. I was actually being kind. I was kind to the Jets. They wound up losing 37-15. They lost by an extra 5 points. My goodness. Now, I never anticipated it happening the way that it did, but good Lord. I thought it was going to be a rough game. I didn't know they would start so well and finish like garbage. Amazing. Well, let's do what we always do. Every week we break down the snap counts and compare it to the previous week. So this just lovely offense, like the second coming of the greatest show on turf, they've been just terrific. 57 snaps, down 6 from last week. Aaron Rodgers played all 57 to the best that he could. Breece Hall played 47, down 8 snaps from last week. Braylon Allen, this is starting to aggravate me. 5 snaps in this whole game. For the second straight week, he had 7 snaps less than the prior week. So 2 weeks ago, that would have been when they played Minnesota. You can hardly remember which loss is which anymore. Good God. Minnesota, he got 19. Buffalo, he got 12. Against Pittsburgh, he got 5. I don't understand. Isaiah Davis got 1 whole snap. Congratulations, Isaiah. Wide receiver Garrett Wilson plays all 57 snaps, plays a full game. Devontae Adams debuts for the Jets and plays 55. Allen Lazard, well, he was the one who had to suffer 33 snaps, down 26 from last week when he played almost the whole game. And Allen Lazard has been added to the injury report with a chest injury. You can make a heart joke very easily, but I'm not going to do that. Mike Williams, 19 snaps, down 13 from the prior week. Man, oh man. Xavier Gipson, 1 snap. That's 1 more than he really deserves, if I'm being honest. Herb Charles had the same 1 snap as the prior week, and I'm not going to stop with this. Malachi Corley still cannot get on the field. At the very freaking least, can he return punts? I can't watch Xavier Gipson juggle the ball like it's a freaking volleyball, hitting bump passes into the air like this. It's infuriating. I said this 2 or 3 weeks ago. Guy, I'm going to say it again. What has Xavier Gipson done for this team since the walk-off touchdown against Buffalo last year? The answer is nothing. Nothing with a capital N. And then you go to the tight end room. The tight end's 49 for Tyler Conklin, up 3 from last week. Jeremy Ruckert, I think it's about time that we cut bait with him after this season. He'll be around, until his rookie contract is up. After that, he's going to be out of here. 17 snaps, down 13 from the prior week. He's okay as a fullback when he gets a running start to block. If he's not doing that, he's useless. And those were the only two tight ends that played. Brendan Bates, oh my God. Oh, how we hate to see you go, BB. But Anthony Ferguson, no snaps, down 6 from last week. So, yeah, that was it. That was it. Only 2 tight ends got in the game. First time that's happened all year. The offensive line, good God. Tyron Smith, oh my gosh, who I hope his AARP card arrived in the mail this week. 57 snaps. John Simpson, Joe Tippmann, 57 as well. Elijah Vera Tucker, only 26. Morgan Moses played the whole game, 57 snaps, pardon me. Xavier Newman played 11 before he got hurt. And Jason Hanson, Jake Hanson, whatever his name is, it doesn't matter. He had to finish the game with another 20 snaps. That was it. So 3 different right guards. And as of right now, we're going to get into the injuries in just a couple of minutes. But the Jets had to use 3 guards to finish the game. Defense, 68 snaps. So 11 more snaps on defense than offense. And that was down 1 snap from last week. This week, Quinnen Williams played the most snaps out of anybody. Thank God it wasn't Michael Clemens like last week. So 54 snaps, up 7. And the Jets ideally like to play their defensive linemen at most 2/3 of the game. Quinnen is playing nonstop, apparently, because I don't know about you guys. I'm barely noticing number 95 at this point. I don't want to hear about how he's getting double teamed either. He's supposed to be a top 3, top 4 defensive tackle in football. Go out and play like it. Michael Clemens, 51 snaps, down 2 from last week. I don't even want to say anything more about him. Do I need to? I think every Jets fan at this point has ripped Michael Clemens. Will McDonald, 45 snaps, down 5 from the previous week. Then you get to these just hapless defensive tackles. Javon Kinlaw, 44. Solomon Thomas, 24. Leonard Taylor getting more time. I like seeing that. Up 9 snaps, 14 to 23 this past week. Leki Fotu, this is not looking very good. 31 snaps last week, only 15 this week. Then you have Takk McKinley playing the same 12. Eric Watts played 14 absolutely invisible snaps as well. Count on those snaps absolutely plummeting this coming week if he's even on the sheet at all. Roger F. says Malachi Corley can't get on the field because Kenny Yeboah has 3 catches in 3 seasons. Any football expert will tell you those are hard numbers to beat. Yeboah just got off the injury report, man. Yeah, his injury window just opened up. Come on. Harlan Abraham, why did Kinlaw get 44 snaps? There's no good answer. Because otherwise, I guess you have to give the snaps to Solomon Thomas or Leki Fotu. And Taylor's only ready to handle so much. That's just a thing. The Jets played Quinnen Williams a ton of money, and they believe with their coaching, they could put another defensive tackle in, rotate him in, and they can get adequate production. They got it with the Sheldon Rankins of the world, even Nathan Shepard. Let's be honest. Nathan Shepard became a pretty good defensive tackle over time. Might have been limited, but he at least became useful. Some of these guys just have no use whatsoever, and that is what is so frustrating. Yeah, there's a bunch of people who want to start Olu Fashanu. I'd like to see it. Put it this way. If you're going to do it, this is a damn good week to do it. But, man, oh, man. Tyron Smith, everyone's drinking Gatorade and Body Armor. He should be drinking Geritol every day. Good God. Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame for this guy? This guy is a Hall of Famer? What? It just infuriates me that's gotten this bad. Linebacker Jamian Sherwood played the whole game. I'll tell you what, give credit to the coaching staff for developing him the way they did over the last few years. Quincy Williams, 67 snaps. 1 snap he didn't play. CJ Mosley got an uptick, 22 snaps. Sam Eguavoen played his first defensive snaps of the year. Played 3. Chaz Surratt was not there. He did not play in this game. And then at cornerback, this is just bizarre. Brandon Eccles, 65 snaps, a 42 from last week. Jalen Mills, who, by the way, just got signed to the active roster. Congratulations to him. I thought Jalen Mills may have been the best defensive player the Jets had. He actually made impact tackles, like behind the line of scrimmage. I said I wanted the Green Goblin over Ashton Davis. I got him, and I don't think it was a wish that I thought it was a worthwhile wish. I thought it worked out well for Jalen Mills. Sauce Gardner played 63, down 6 snaps last week. Isaiah Oliver played 52, up 15 snaps, sort of rotated between corner and safety. I think there's a good chance you'll see him at safety this week. Kendall Sheffield. I'll give everybody a moment so you all can go Wikipedia who he is. Kendall Sheffield, 10 snaps. I have a very simple question. Why the hell is he playing over Quantez Stiggers? Now, Quantez has already become a very good special teams player. He's a very good gunner, taking sort of that Justin Hardy role, but I think he's capable of more. All right. Quantez has played, I think, 1 defensive snap all year, but can you really tell me Kendall Sheffield is a better cornerback than Quantez Stiggers? Are you kidding me? Jarrett Bernard-Converse finally got into the games this week, got 2 snaps as well. And at safety, Tony Adams suffered a concussion, I believe it was. No, hamstring injury. Pardon me. Yeah, 31 snaps, down 38 from last week. Ashton Davis played only 18 snaps. He is in concussion protocol. Billy, come on. The only way Aaron Rodgers is getting benched is if he cannot walk. That is the only way that is ever going to happen. So just let that go. Just let it go. Let's rebuild better. Yeah, because that worked really well the last time that slogan was used. Tony Alexio, Mills is our safety superstar. He may be the best one we have. He can play all over the secondary, anywhere you need him to. But I tell you what, I like him, and I like him a lot. I do. Chuck Clark getting hurt, it's giving Mills a chance to play. And I'll tell you what, he can cover better than Clark can. So you know what? Let Mills cover Hunter Henry this week with New England. Their best receiving weapon is their tight end. Let Mills cover Henry one-on-one all game long. That's what I would want to see. Harlan Abraham, Kendall Sheffield is a former Falcon. Well, thank you, Mr. Google's a little bit too much. Thank you for the knowledge. All right. So let's get out of there. Let's get into a little bit of Jets news. So a couple things I do want to talk about here. First of all is the Hall of Fame, the modern era of the Hall of Fame. Oh, Fitzy's here. Oh, it's time for us to go head-to-head, brother. You might need Grimace on the Jets offensive line. If they're run blocking, yeah. Might need them on the defensive line is where we need them. That's where we need the help. And again, guys, if you haven't checked out Fitzy's channel, even though he's a New England guy, that doesn't mean he's a complete jerk just when he talks about our teams. But Fitzy, I'm glad you're here. Go check out his channel, like, and subscribe. Why is Aaron Rodgers above benching? Because they gave the keys to the kingdom to him. This team is basically a lot of the team that he wants. I mean, do you want to completely alienate him, alienate the offense? Put it this way. Can you sell to the rest of your offense that Tyrod Taylor gives you a better chance to win than Aaron Rodgers? I don't think you could do it. If he can't walk, then okay, fine. But if he can walk, he could jog, he's playing quarterback. They're not going to do this. They're not going to bench him. 5 interceptions against New England, we could have a conversation. I don't see that happening. So at the Hall of Fame, the modern era was cut down today from 167 nominees to 50 finalists. And the only Jet to make the final 50 was John Abraham, who, let's be honest, he's more of an Atlanta Falcon than he is a Jet. I was very disappointed that Nick Mangold did not make the final 50. A lot of offensive linemen made the final 50. I'm going to go through the names for you. Willie Anderson, Lomas Brown, Reuben Brown, Jari Evans from the Saints, Olin Kreutz, Logan Menkins. I know Fitzy loves that one. Jeff Saturday, who's only there because he's on ESPN. Joe Staley, Richmond Webb. I don't even know who Richmond Webb is. I got to be honest with you. Eric Williams from the Cowboys, Steve Wisniewski, and Marshall Yanda. You're going to tell me all of those guys are better than Nick Mangold? All of them? So I'm disappointed. I still think Mangold is either the best or second best center of that era. I really hope that at one point he gets into the Hall. That's somebody I really want to see make it. But it's not going to happen this year. As far as injuries go, we got a lot to talk about here, guys. A lot. Aaron Rodgers, his lower body right now, it's not good. Knee, hamstring, ankle. He was limited in practice today. It's not doing all that great. You know, the older you get, the harder it is for your body to recover. And I could testify to that. Kenny Yeboah. Hey, Green, we know Green Bean's happy. Kenny Yeboah, his 21-day practice window is open to return. He practiced in full on Wednesday. I am looking forward to him coming back. Very good special teams player. And I got to be honest with you. You can't tell me that Jeremy Ruckert is better than him. You can't. You just can't tell me that. Conklin, okay, fine. Maybe. But would it surprise you if Kenny Yeboah turned out to be the best blocking tight end that this team has? I wouldn't be shocked. Elijah Vera Tucker did not practice. His ankle is an issue. Right now, it's iffy if he's going to play. It was strange because NBC did show him walking off the field into the locker room, and there didn't seem to be much of a limp, if any limp whatsoever. Right now, it's iffy, but they didn't put him on IR, so that's encouraging. But now with Xavier Newman out, he's on injured reserve. Who knows if we're going to see him again? We may see Jake Hansen, the third string right guard, starting, so that bears watching. As far as the defense goes, Leki Fotu did not practice today. And then in the secondary, DJ Reed, full practice. So that's encouraging. Michael Carter II was limited, but he could be back, so the Jets could have their top three cornerbacks back. Granted, it's against a team that has practically no wide receivers. Ashton Davis is in concussion protocol. He could take all the time he needs. Of course, we wish him well. Tony Adams did not practice with the hamstring. And, of course, we do have to mention, I'll get to hit CJ Mosley in a moment here, but Hassan Reddick is here. Apparently, he is going to talk to the media on Thursday. Guys, has there ever been a more predictable press conference in the history of mankind than this one? Guys, we can predict everything that he's going to say before the writers ask the questions. He'll say everything worked out for the best. I can't wait to be a Jet. I can't wait to go out there on Sunday and show what we could do. We got tons of talent in this room. I'm just looking to help any way I can. I will bet you all anything in the world. I just want to help any way I can will be said in one form or another during the course of that press conference. I guarantee it. So, Hassan, here's all I got to say to you. Cork the cliches. You don't care about the Jets. You care as much about the Jets as major news networks care about fair news coverage. It's BS. BS. Go do your job, but I don't think there's going to be too many Jet fans buying your jersey anytime soon. Tony Alexiar, special teams are terrible this year, even with a good coach. The only thing the Jets are doing really well is coverage. I think punt coverage, kick coverage, especially punt coverage, that's been very good. Yeah, and I'm going to get into the kicking game in just a few minutes here as well. I got a stat for you that I think is going to amaze some of us. Harlan Abraham, Parcells benched Pennington when they were both Jets. Parcells, wait a minute. Parcells wasn't the coach after 99. Chad wasn't drafted until the next year. Chad wasn't benched by Parcells. Sorry, Harlan, but not the case. Sorry about that. Yeah, it was Groh and then Herman. And then Mangini. So Parcells never coached Chad. Okay, I wanted to get into CJ Mosley here for a second. So I'm reading on ESPN. They're talking about the trade deadline and potential players who could get dealt from every team. And Ben Solak, whoever the hell he is, he believes that CJ Mosley is going to struggle to get his starting spot back with the Jets, and it might behoove the Jets to think about dealing him away. He's 30. I'm going to read what Solak said. Mosley is 32 years old, was never the most fleet of foot, and should be limited to a sub-package role wherever he'd go. I agree with him so far. But for those teams whose linebackers are currently struggling to step downhill and plug up the run, 49ers, Seahawks, Cowboys, Mosley could carve out a valuable role. And while the Jets are probably still all in, though nobody knows why, so you know right now this Solak guy is a complete jackass, Mosley's reduced responsibility means they shouldn't feel too badly about sending an asset away for future draft capital. It'd be a new thing for New York. So you could already feel the little bit of condescending attitude. Maybe this is like Nick Wright or Colin Cowherd's intern. Maybe that's who this guy is. All right, so maybe Ben Solak, maybe he should be covering mud wrestling or figure skating or curling. That sounds like it's more his speed. But I do agree with the point. Mosley is under contract for a while longer. The contract he has makes it practically impossible for the Jets to cut ties with him after this season. Okay. So if there is an opportunity to trade him, I got to tell you, I wouldn't hate it because Sherwood has been really good. You give me Sherwood and Quincy, you know what? I'm good with that. I really am. Tony Alexio, Ulbrich is another Sally, useless as a head coach. Put Milton for a spark and fired him. You're not firing two coaches in a season. It's then again, it is Woody Johnson, so anything could realistically happen. But is Middleton really? Middleton hasn't even been a court. Are you going to promote him from tight end coach to being the head coach? I don't know. I think it'd be the linebackers coach if they did anything. But Woody has already said Ulbrich is the coach for the rest of the season. He made that explicitly clear. It's not going to change. All right. And to me, Ulbrich made the most sense. Right now, it looks like he is in over his head. And until he proves otherwise, that's what I'm going to believe. I do want to go back to a quote that Solomon Thomas gave for whatever we think about him as a player. I thought he had a very good quote. I'm putting it on the screen here, talking about how this team has been playing and what they have to do. It's not basketball. It's not another one of these games where one player can take over and wins the game. Everyone has to execute. So we have Aaron Rodgers just because we have Tyron Smith. Devontae Adams is not when we're going to show up and win these games. Just because they brought in talent, that's not enough for everybody to assume that these other players are going to win. Everyone has to execute. Second time he said it in the quote, and that has to be the standard, and that has to be the way we go forward if we're going to go where we want to go. And that's just point blank simple how it has to be. Translation. Some of these players aren't putting enough heart, effort, work, and soul into this thing, and that's what pisses me off. And to me, that comes back to the coaching more than anything. I don't blame the general manager and the front office for bringing in talent. They brought in talented players, but to me, it is up to the coach first and foremost to create a culture where everybody is going to run through a wall for this next guy and for each other. We don't have a team like that. We don't have a team. We have a collection of players. We have a talented roster. Remember, before the season, ESPN ranked the talent roster on every team. They ranked the Jets second only to the San Francisco 49ers. Doesn't this infuriate you even that much more? It's one thing when you know you stink going into a season. And you try to fool yourself. Well, if this happens, and if this happens, and if this and this and this and this and this happens, maybe we could have a winning record. No, the expectations were higher this season, and they should have been higher this season. So when you fall this short through 7 games, it just disgusts you. It disgusts me. And then they have the nerve to raise season ticket prices by what, 20-25%? What are they thinking about? They should be paying you to go to the games, those of you that live in the area, and go to that despicable stadium to watch this less than despicable team. Not that this is bothering me. Guys, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And here's the thing. I'm trying to not even get angry anymore when people kill Joe Douglas. I've been a Joe Douglas truther, and I have no shame in admitting it. But I'm being realistic. I know his contract's up after the season. I know he's done a lot of things very well, and he's done some things very poorly. I can be honest about it. But why would he want to stay here when Woody is the GM of the team? Woody is like a poor man's Jerry Jones. Unless I check, Dallas hasn't won a Super Bowl in the last couple of decades. Might be more recent than the Jets, but still. I bet you there's a lot of Cowboy fans who want Jerry to step the hell out of the way and let the sun take over. It's so bad, I'm ready to take Christopher Johnson back. Let's exhume Leon Hess's corpse. Maybe he could do a better job. And I've tried to be a little bit fair to Woody Johnson. I sort of downplayed the meddling, but what we've seen over the last few weeks, you've got to be kidding me. Kidding me. Harlan, remember, Martinez did not exactly play great in the preseason, okay? He's not an accurate thrower of the ball. He doesn't make the best decisions. He has a long way to go. Tyrod Taylor would be the starter if it came to that. Reddick will play poorly. He won't have 10 sacks for the Jets. Well, there's only 10 games to go anyway. So a sack a game would be pretty dang good. I would take from him I take six sacks from him, 6, 7 sacks. But yeah, 17 sacks on average, 17 per game. No, I mean, to get one a game would be 10. I don't think that's a realistic expectation. I predicted before the season he would sign a contract in August and record 7.5. If he got 7.5 sacks, who amongst us wouldn't sign for that? I'd be good with it. Oh, Roger, man, I'm sorry. You bounced when Woody made you try to pay a seat license for the same seat you sat in for 22 years, bounced through 3 stadiums and won 1 season. I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry. Man, I haven't lived in the New York area since 1997. None of my teams have won since. I'm actually glad because God knows how many games I'd be going to if I was still there. I guess I've saved money over the years. But hey, never fear, Jet fans, because Davante Adams, I guess it was reported today, gave the team a post-game speech that even impressed Aaron Rodgers. What do you call it? The realest speech he'd heard in 20 years? Okay, great. They can say whatever they want. Next, we're going to hear how they had a great week of practice. I don't give a damn. Let's see them respond on Sunday. Let's see them play 60 minutes, and let's see them beat the crap out of a team they've already destroyed once, and they should do again. A team that's lost 6 games in a row. But more on New England in a little bit. I want to give you guys 2 stats. And if you have a garbage can near you, I advise you to pull it very closely because you may heave something into that can very shortly. Field goals. I said we were going to talk about the kicking game. The Jets, Greg Zuerlein, has made 61.5% of his field goals this year. 61.5. You know the next worst team? Miami, 71.4. If Zuerlein could just do his effing job, yeah, we'd still be upset about a few things, but believe me, the tone of this chat I'm reading right now would be drastically different. There's no question about it. 2 more wins at least if they get those field goals. Yeah, we'd be pissed off about getting killed by Pittsburgh the way they did. But if this team was 4-3 instead of 2-5, over 500, with this schedule coming up, guys, wouldn't we take that right now? Here's the other thing that Zuerlein, this is what's so screwed up. He's perfect on extra points. He's made 100% of his extra points. It's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. The other thing I want to talk about is penalties. Now that's been a thing under Robert Saleh forever, and it has not changed under Jeff Ulbrich. The Jets have 55 penalties this year. That's 4th in the NFL. There's 3 teams with more: Cleveland, Baltimore, and Houston. So 2 of those teams are very good, and another team hasn't been good, but they have a very talented roster if you ignore quarterback. But that's not the part that pisses me off. If you go by penalty yards, the Jets have 512 penalty yards. That's the most in the NFL. It's not that the Jets take a lot of penalties. They take devastating penalties. No matter how much the referees screw them, and you can make the point that they do every week, the bottom line is the penalties they take aren't 5-yarders. They're 15-yarders. They're pass interference penalties because this league has something out for Sauce Gardner. I said it. I don't care. There's this anti-Sauce brigade right now going on. Stop. Just stop. Yeah, I like him to make more interceptions, but you know what? I don't care about the tackling. Deion Sanders didn't tackle. I care that you can cover, he can cover. So those 2 stats, the field goal percentage and the penalty yards. What else do you need? Doesn't that speak volumes, guys? It really, really does in my mind. Man. Tony, Ulbrich must promote a defensive coordinator and try to do one job, not 2. Our defense is worse. I wouldn't mind it. Yeah. Promote Tony Oden, Aaron White Cotton, Mike, whatever the linebacker coach is, Mikey linebacker coach. Do that. Fine with me. That was the one thing I wasn't thrilled about. Is like, Jeff, you're going to stretch yourself a little bit too thin here. So far, I would agree because the defense has gotten worse. It's worse. Roger, is Hassan Reddick really going to play for the Jets, or is he trying out his new Halloween costume? Yeah, Halloween's going to last till about New Year's Day. Then that'll be over. Then, his ass will be out the door. We know what's up. It is very hard to envision any scenario, no matter whether he's great, no matter whether he's terrible, where you could see the Jets bringing him back, unless Woody is doing the negotiations. You're a son. Here, whatever you want, a son. Can't you just see that? Billy, I talked about all your comments about Aaron Rodgers being benched. I entertained 3 of them in a row. You want me to entertain your comments? Make me. No, 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 no. By the way, appreciate it. Yeah, we got a great turnout tonight. It's been a nice, consistent turnout. This is pretty awesome. I guess misery breeds views. All right. Let's see. Anything going on here? Now we're just getting Desmond Ritter getting emotional. Whatever. Desmond Ritter, please. Okay, so let's do a little bit of our look around the AFC East. Harlan Abraham wants to know if we're doing the wheel. It all depends on your likes, guys. And I'll tell you right now, we got a lot more. We got more people in the chat than we need to do the wheel. So if you haven't hit the like button, what are you waiting for? You know what to do. But right now, no, not enough to do the wheel. So not yet. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the teams in our division. The Buffalo Bills, of course, they dominate 34-10 against Tennessee. It was kind of a slow first half, and then they basically You know what? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that logo too big. Slow first half. Then they scored on 5 straight possessions. Amari Cooper in his first game, 4 catches, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Greg Rousseau showed up as he pretty much does once every 6 games. 6 quarterback hits. Nobody's done that since Chris Jones in 2022. So Rousseau had an amazing game. The Bills play at Seattle, 4 o'clock. That's going to be an interesting game. That's going to be interesting. I don't have a lot of faith in the Seattle defense, but I'll tell you what. Geno Smith against Josh Allen, that is going to be quite the shootout. That's going to be fun. As far as the Miami Dolphins go, well, they lose to Indianapolis 16-10. That was a prediction I got wrong on my confidence picks. Well, had I known Tim Boyle would come into the game, I don't think I would have picked Miami. All right, but Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle had a combined 4 targets in this game. 4 targets. But Tua, he's expected to be back this week. He's practicing. So I think Miami is about to go on a little bit of run. Right now, they're a half a game ahead of the Jets. So blown opportunities. Really, really frustrating. But Miami plays at home against Arizona. 1 o'clock, count on a lot of points in that game. But it's very hard for me to not imagine Miami winning it. And as far as New England goes, well, it's just about time to get into the game preview. But they were blown out in London, 32-16 by the Jaguars. Bottom line with New England, they can't run. They get blown off the line of scrimmage. They can't tackle. They have bad special teams. Do you guys know any teams like that? You know any teams like that? Let's see. No presence on the line of scrimmage, can't tackle, can't run, bad special teams. I don't know anybody like that at all. Nah, no. Nobody like that. The pain is real, guys. The pain is real. Okay, well, we're going to get into the game preview right now. Sort of our first look at our friends up in Foxborough. So let's look at the DVOA, the defense adjusted value over average, to give us a feel for where these teams are ranked when you factor in situations and all that kind of stuff. Roger, I'll give him credit for creativity. He was so distraught over missing all the field goals. He went to kill himself in the locker room, put the rope around the neck, stood up on the chair, went to get the chair out, and missed. Oh, boy. Ouch. Tony, unleash the trivia. The trivia will be coming in a few minutes, but you're going to have to hang tight a little bit longer before we get to the trivia. Chat's done great on the trivia, so I had to make this one a little more challenging. Yeah. Billy SBC, Billy SBC wants the rim shot. Well, there you go. All right, maybe not bench Tyron Smith, but rotate an Olu to see what he's got. If you play him, you play him. You're not going to rotate offensive linemen series by series. It doesn't work that way. An offensive line, it's really it's based on continuity. It's based on chemistry. It isn't going to make sense to pull a player out and pull another player in. Whoever's playing is playing. And I got to tell you, I wouldn't mind Olu playing this week in place of Tyron Smith because he has given up by far the most pressures of any offensive line. John Simpson's been good. He's been good. AVT's been pretty good for the most part. Morgan Moses practically shut down TJ Watt. TJ Watt didn't have a pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Joe Tippmann's been okay. He's been okay. But Tyron Smith, of all people, has been the weak link. It's amazing. Ah, boy. So there you go, Billy. I acknowledged you, just like Roman Reigns. There you go. Roger Zerline misses more kicks than a Jackie Chan fight scene. Yeah, than an AEW show. All right, guy. Tony wants bench Tyron Smith, save money. Yeah, because Tyron gets what, $1 million extra every game he plays, I believe. Get Rashawn ready his foundation at left tackle. You know what? You keep playing this way, I do it. Because you know, with some of the teams you got coming up, Indy, Arizona, Buffalo. Houston's the one game I'm worried about. Houston's got a devastating pass rush. Houston scares me. You know, because the Jets after this game, what do they got? New England, Houston, Indy, the bye, and Arizona. Jets win 3 of the 4. I'll say that they still have something left to play for. I can give you that. The season put it this way, the division race to me feels 100% over. Wild card, they're 2 games out, so of course it's not completely over. But again, right now, the Jets would be 5th in the draft order. If you go by Tankathon, the Jets would have a top 5 draft pick. How much more can we take? How much more? How much more? All right, DVOA. Let's talk about this, where these teams are ranked. So the Jets are ranked 23rd on offense, same as last week. The defense went down 1 spot from 11th to 12th, and the special teams somehow stayed the same at 22nd. It's amazing the Jets are actually ranked that high on special teams. I don't know how, but they're ranked 22nd overall, down 2 spots from the previous week. As far as New England goes, well, not so good. 30th on offense, 30th on defense. Better special teams, ranked 15th. They're 30th overall. That is down 1 spot from the previous week. So not so good. So you got the Jets at 22, the Patriots at 30. Now, let's preview this for just a little bit. So New England, they've lost 6 games in a row, and in all but one of those games, they have allowed 23 points or more. And here's another crazy stat. The Patriots are playing at home, put it this way, a non-road game for the 4th straight week. The London game, that's sort of a neutral site, but they haven't played a specific road game in 4 weeks. Crazy. And the commentating team for this game, Spiro Dedes and Adam Archuleta. When you get those 2 calling the game, guys, you know your game doesn't matter. That's about as low as you can get on the CBS totem pole as possible. Now let's get into 5 things to know about the New England Patriots, and then we're going to get into the trivia tonight. All right, so first of all, the Patriots have 5 fumbles already this year. There's only 2 teams with more, and that's the Cardinals and the Raiders. They will put the ball on the ground. Ramondre Stevenson is the chief culprit. 4 fumbles already. When you go to the number 2, when you go to the offensive line, the Patriots have played 7 offensive lines in 7 games. There is literally no continuity with this offensive line. Number 3, going to the defense. The defense has allowed 46.5 of third downs to be converted. The defense, 46.5% of third downs, the opposing offense is converting. There's only 3 teams worse: Atlanta, Carolina, and Arizona. That's it. And this is a team that was predicated on having a good defense. Their defense would keep them in games. Their defense can't get off the field. Number 4, we're going to get into a little bit of history with these last 2. The last time the Jets have won 2 straight games against New England. You know, the last time the Jets won 3 straight against New England, it was a streak from September 2000 to September 2001, 23 years ago. In a long, long time. And number 5, the Patriots have a 6-game losing streak. That is their longest since 1993. They actually lost 14 in a row during the 1990 season. By the way, by comparison, the Jets have had 18 losing streaks in their history of 6 games or more. And they're only 2 games away from making it 19. God dang. The pain, the struggle is real. It is real. Okay, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. It is almost 7 o'clock. Appreciate everybody who has been hanging with me. But you know what? I think it is just about that time that you look forward to. I know you look forward to it every week because you can't stop talking about it in the chat. You know what happens every week. I go down into the basement. I bust open the books. I pull up the websites. The websites. What the frick is that? The websites. I open up the Encyclopedia Britannica and I challenge you, the most loyal fans of the most loyal freaking fan base in all of the NFL. Just how much do you know about your New York Jets? So if you are ready, I know you're ready. Let's play Jets Trivia. And guys, I'll tell you what, you are doing incredibly well. You are 5-2 this regular season, doing super, super well. So let's see if we can see if you get it right tonight or if you're going to get stumped. And of course, no looking anything up. All right. Yeah, I think the Jets defensive line should do well in this game. Yeah, the offense, they got Michael Jordan playing guard for them. The Patriots do. So, hey, what are you going to do? Roger, 6 things about the New England Patriots. On my first Holy Communion, my dad took me to Shea Stadium to see Joe Namath as a religious president of my sacraments, and we lost 24-0 in the late 70s. Wow. Boy, I'll tell you what, if you're a Jets fan, you need God because how else are you getting through this? That's all I can tell you. Tony says 2 more likes for the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, we're at 13 right now, guys. So if you want the wheel, you got to hit that thumbs up. Olu might not be the Jets' future any more than Becton was. Or he might be. He might be. Johnny Jimenez. What's up, JJ? Hope you're doing fantastic. Holding the fort down up there in coastal Virginia, the great Commonwealth of Virginia. Been a good day for me. I hope you're having a great day too. By the way, who's got more kids now, you or Salah? What's the race up to right now, John? He believes. Oh, wow. Johnny bringing the positivity and bringing the positivity in late. Yeah, Roger's got his many accounts. Yes, we're up to 14, so we're still 1 away from doing the wheel. All right. Well, we got some time. John, when are you coming to Virginia? At this point, I'm thinking probably early December, but we'll see. Yeah, at this point, you know, when it's we've had so many what would you call them? National TV games. I gotta be honest, if it's a national TV game, I'm basically staying home at this point, and it seems to have been the right move. I think probably when they play Seattle, I think I'm probably going to come up for that game, but haven't decided for sure. But I definitely will be in Virginia Beach up in Norfolk before the year is over, and probably again in January. I got to get some of my bitter Valentine beer up in Williamsburg at Aleworks. And go for some pissed off Cupid beer, you know, single man beer. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but yeah, I will be up there. Just haven't made a firm decision, but I'm thinking maybe around the Seattle game. Okay, here is the trivia question tonight. Now, as you all know, we try to make it topical. So during the regular season, we try to make it about the Jets, and we try to relate it to their opponent for the week. So, of course, tonight it is Jets Patriots trivia. You all have 5 minutes to get the answer or answers. Put the answer down there in the comments. I think this is a pretty gettable question, and I will let you know how you're doing. So, the 5 minutes on the clock. Here is your question. Name the only tight end to catch at least 100 passes for the Jets that also played for New England. Your time starts now. Okay, so we're talking tight ends here. Who is that tight end? Only asking for one answer this week. Roger F says Mo Lewis. Not quite. Johnny Boy, Kellen Winslow. No, he was spending too much time in. I know he spent a lot of time outside Boston Market, if you know what I mean. And we'll leave it there. But of course, he was getting Vaseline amongst other items, and one chicken he was getting. We'll leave it at that. NY Jets fan forces Dustin Keller. No, I don't think Keller played. He definitely didn't play. I don't think he played for the Patriots. All right, so no. I wish I could play the music, guys. You know, I wish I could, but I get dinged every time I do that. He's called the Sticky Bandit. I wish I could play the old Boomer and Carton clip from WFAN when the police report on that came out, and Carton actually read the police report on the air out loud. It was some of the funniest radio I've ever heard. It really was funny. All right. The speech. Yeah. Okay. Harlan Abraham says Johnny Joni Mitchell. No, it is Help Me, I Think I'm Falling. No, wasn't Johnny Mitchell. All right, guys. Looks like we got 15 likes. So after this, we will do a wheel. I feel like because we had a change in coaches, maybe we should do a coach wheel. Yeah, maybe we'll do a coach wheel. I'll tell you. I'll give you the options in the chat. You let me know what you want to do. Let's see. Quarterbacks, secondary, running backs, draft seasons. I don't know. All right, Lee Cravat. Of course, it's Lee Cravat. David, you know it's Lee Cravat. There you are. Okay. All right, guys, you got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Your time is halfway up. Only one tight end caught 100 passes for the Jets that also spent time playing for the Patriots. Roger F is going with Kyle Brady. Is the correct answer Kyle Where my booze go? Oh, where did my answers go? There. Is it Kyle Brady? I'm afraid not, Roger. It's actually a very good guess. So he played with both teams, but Kyle Brady only caught 93 passes. So that's sort of the trick. That was the trick. John All, yes, of course. Is he available? And guys, I need to come back to this. You guys know I wanted Brandon McManus on this team. That 30 minutes after I say it, Green Bay signs him this past week. He goes out, kicks a game-winning field goal. Oh, did that annoy me? Nothing annoyed me on Sunday afternoon more than that. And then, of course, Sunday night, I just get it stuck right up my rear end between the Mets and the Jets. Roger F says Jermaine Wiggins. Well, Roger went a little bit deep on that one. Give him credit for that. But no, Jermaine Wiggins did not catch 100 passes for the Jets. Harlan Abraham says Bell. I'll ring a bell for you, but no, that is I'm not sure what tight end that would be. Would not be him. Not be Bell. 1 minute to go, guys. Right now, I got the same record as the Jets. Hey, if you all don't get it right, I'll be 3-5. Maybe that's a good omen for the Jets. Maybe as the trivia goes, the Jets go. So maybe you guys just need to all get it wrong on purpose. Rich Castor Rogers says, no, it wasn't Rich Castor. God rest his soul. How can I narrow this down? He played not too recently, but he played a little bit ago, but not that far back ago. Like 20, 30 years, maybe. About that time frame. Amazingly, this guy's wow. Yeah, he also played with Seattle. He finished his career with Seattle. Yeah, he played 7 seasons with the Jets, 1 with the Patriots, and 1 with the Seahawks. Roger tried Anthony Beck. No, guys, not correct. This player had 145 receptions with the Jets. And then when he went over to New England, he played 16 games and had only 14 catches. Not too many, but he actually led the Jets in touchdowns on 2 occasions. I think he did. But anyway, he went to where did he go? He's actually from Queens, New York, and he played college at Michigan State. The correct answer is Chris Baker, 145 catches. Kyle Brady had 93. So, chat, I'm afraid that you didn't quite get this one correct for the first time in a while. It didn't quite work out. So, what can I say for you all? But come on back next week and try it again. So, but yeah, Chris Baker, yeah, he was a pretty solid tight end. I mean, when you think about the best Jet tight ends, Baker kind of gets overlooked, but he was, you know what one of the biggest things I remember about Chris Baker? Jets had him, and that was when they traded the first round pick for Doug Jolly. One of the worst trades that they ever made. A first round pick for that absolute stiff. As best I remember, let's see, I think they drafted Jolly in 04, and then they drafted Dustin Keller with their first round pick in 2008, and they signed Bubba Franks when Brett Favre came on board. So after that, he wanted out. After that season, after 08, before Rex came in, he was gone. So it was really the addition of Keller that kind of drove Baker out the door. So yeah, that's basically what happened. Ugh, Jeff Cumberland, one of my least favorites. All right, guys, let's get that out of here. Well, guys, you came through. It was very, very, very close, but we made it. And if you want to do the wheel every week, hey, tell a friend about the channel. Have more people come in. Have them hit that thumbs up button, and we will be doing the wheel every week. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go ahead and try to share my screen. There we go. And let's max that up. As far as the wheel tonight goes, what do we want to do? We've got the 100 random Jets. We've got quarterbacks, secondary, running backs. We're not doing draft choice. That doesn't apply right now. Jets draft years, Jets coaches, Jets seasons. Guys, let me know. Put in the chat what you want to do. And I'll make you a deal. The third answer I see, that's what we're going to do. So if you want to do like 100, put in 100. Quarterback, put in quarterback. Secondary, running back, drafts, coaches, or seasons. Guys, this is up to you. So I will look in the chat. So whatever wheel you want to do, you got to do it in the chat. Harlan wants to do coaches. Roger wants running backs. I said it was going to be number 3. So whoever puts in the next answer, that's what we're going to do first. David wants to do the 100 random, guys. Well, all right. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do the 100 random. I'll tell you what. Next time we do the wheel, we'll do running backs. All right. Since Roger and hey, Sharon, I'm glad you're here. Sharon McLean's here. I'm glad that you showed up tonight. Fantastic. All right. So we're going to do the 100 wheels. So let me go ahead and max that out. There we go. All right. So guys, you and girls, you all know the rules. We do 10 spins. On this wheel are 100 random New York Jets from the past. We've got the all-time greats and we got the all-time hates. The Ring of Honor to the Ring of Hell. We got it all spread around here. We're going to spin this wheel 10 times, and we are going to land on a player. And then you, the chat, will let me know where you feel that player should be ranked on our top 10 list. We will pick one number at a time. Let's see if we wait till the end to pick number 1. But Lord, I hope we do a hell of a lot better than we did last week, because last week we stunk this wheel up. Woo! All right, guys, so here we go. We are going to spin the wheel, and the other rule, you know what it is. Put your guesses down before every spin on who we're going to land on. If we land on the player that you select, you get to choose exactly where that player is going to go on the wheel. And guys, you already know what the deal is. David D takes Wayne Corbett. Harlan Abraham says Don Maynard. I'm going to go a little bit lower and go with Kyle Brady because we just talked about tight ends. Quick swig of water for the working man and woman. Man, this Wednesday is going to be like the quietest night. There's like nothing going on in sports. No baseball. Knicks aren't playing. There's no hockey. This is a dead night. I may have to watch old wrestling or something. I don't know what I'm going to do. Roger F goes Webster Slaughter. Roger, Webster Slaughter's not on the wheel. Okay. All right, guys. So next time we do the wheel, we'll do a coach wheel and we'll do a running back wheel. All right. So we will do that next time. All right. Corbett, Maynard. I'm going to take Kyle Brady. Guys, I'll give you about 15 seconds from right now to put in to put in the player that you want to claim. Fitzy, oh hey, Fitzy goes with Sam Darnold. Roger says I don't have my glasses. I can't really zoom in much more. I can't really zoom in, so just pick a okay. Scott Durking. We'll go with it. All right, let's spin the wheel. The first spin of the night in 3, 2, 1. And round it goes. It comes to a stop on Leonard Williams. Man, oh man. And right in between Kevin Mawae and Chad Pennington, two of the best ever. Leonard Williams, drafted very, very high by the Jets, was an okay Jet, but felt like he never quite hit the ceiling that we wanted him to hit when he was with us. Didn't quite work out. Then we traded him. He's been with the Giants and the Seahawks since. Good run stopper, but not quite the pass rusher we envisioned. So, the big cat, Roger. So, where are we going to put Leonard Williams on this wheel? I can't call him a bust, but I can't quite call him a true success story. So, guys, put your numbers down there in the chat and let me know where you want to rank Leonard Williams on this wheel, and then I'll just sort of average it out. But for me, I would go probably somewhere in the middle on this one. So. Yeah, it seems like the chat's kind of in the middle, maybe not quite the middle, maybe a little bit lower than that. Okay. All right. Guys, remember, we're going to get at least 2-3 busts on this wheel. It happens every single week. All right. Looks like it's all right. I would have gone maybe about a 6, maybe a 7. All right. I think, looks like we're kind of averaging out. We're going to go with a 7 for Leonard Williams. I think that's reasonable. All right. Hopefully we get some good ones after this. All right. We're going to go to spin number 2. Tony Alexio wants to claim Mark Gastineau. I'm going to claim Browning Nagel. I'm just feeling busts tonight, I'm really, really feeling a couple of busts. All right, so Tony's got Gastineau. Roger F goes 7. There's a lot of shit on this wheel. I know, man. Hey, you know what? Yep. You all can let your voice be heard. Your voices matter on this wheel. Your voice matters. I don't know about in the elections, but it definitely matters here. Sharon wants to go with Joe Klecko. All right. Harlan Abraham says Calvin Pryor. Okay. All right, guys. I think I'm going to give about 10 seconds. Then we'll spin for second time. And of course, I'll have Thursday. I'll have my confidence picks coming out, and on Friday, and probably Friday. I'll try to have it by Friday night. I will have the Jets Patriots game preview, and at some point when I have the nerve again, I'll do the 3 key plays. It's just these games are so bad, I can't even bear to recap them. All I can do is yell. It's just it's difficult to do it sometimes. Roger goes with Abdul Salam. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Spin number 2. We're going to need some good Jets tonight, and we got about the worst freaking Jet you can get, Christian freaking Hackenberg. I have a simple question. Is there anybody who does not want to put him at the very bottom of this list? Anyone? I'm going to be like Ben Stein and Ferris Bueller. Anyone? I'm waiting, guys. Yep, there we go. Yeah, Raj, 0.0. Yep. Harlan with an 11. Thomas Fitzpatrick, of course, wants to go 2. His vote does not count since he is a Patriot fan. I don't know if the Patriots have a... Thomas, I got a question for you. Who is the Patriots equivalent of Christian Hackenberg? Do you have one? A quarterback drafted that high, preferably that you traded for, and barely could get into the league. He couldn't even make a roster. Didn't we have, actually, now that I think about it, didn't we have one wheel where we had to put Hackenberg like kind of up there a little bit? I got a couple of the old wheels here. I know I'm positive we had to. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Oh, we had him on a quarterback wheel. All right. Christian Hackenberg, a clear number 10. Thank God number 10 was open for him. He's a repeat offender of number 10. All right, spin number 3. All right, it's time for some good names here. I'm going to go with my man Brandon Moore, one of my favorite Jets of all time, number 65, the right guard. We're having some issues at right guard, so I'm going with my favorite right guard, and I don't mean the deodorant, Brandon Moore. All right, Everybody in the chat, claim your pick for number 3. Who are we going to land on? All right, here we go. We're going to spin the wheel, guys. In 3, 2. All right. Keller, Mangold. Okay, there we go. Okay. Took a second for those to pop up. Sharon goes with Freeman McNeil. Okay, good. Okay, here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1. So far we're not off to a hot start. We got to turn this around, and we did. Laveranues Coles, number 87. One of the best value draft picks the Jets may have ever had. Picked in the 3rd round in that legendary class of 2000, and became, Chad Pennington's go-to guy. And shame on Terry Bradway for not keeping him. All right, guys. So Laveranues Coles, maybe not the best Jet of all time, but definitely up there. Where are we going to put him? This is going to be a good one. I definitely expect him to be in the top 4. I can see somewhere in that 2 to 4 range. Makes sense. Roger's going with a 3, and he's feeling pretty strong about that. All right. I like that. Okay, I see another person or two agreeing. It looks like the 3 is where we're leaning here. Yeah, all right. Chat is feeling pretty firm on this one. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys, that's good enough for me. Laveranues Coles will be our number 3 on this list. Yes. And remember, Wayne Corbett was good, but he was a very, very good receiver when there was another player on the other side of him. Laveranues was that guy after Keyshawn. All right, so we got spots 3, 7, and 10 filled already. Now we're going to go to spin number 4. So now, who are we going to land on? I'm going to go with, I want to go with somebody we haven't landed on in a long time. I'm going to say Santana Moss. That's right. I'm going to go with Santana Moss, the player that Laveranues Coles was traded for so that the Jets could get him back. All right, I see Al Toon. I see Adrian Morrell. Harlan Abraham, Dwayne Robertson. Oh, boy. Dwayne frickin' Robertson. The pain is real. Okay. About another 10 seconds on this one before we go to spin number 4. Sharon Jerome Barkham. Sharon, have you been watching the Jets for a while? Just go with a random name? I don't know. That's pretty cool. All right. Let's go to spin number 4 in 3, 2, 1. And the wheel comes to us. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Well, you know what? We're still alive because I can't call him a worse Jet than Christian Hackenberg. And we could actually thank Braden Mann now because he saved the Jets from drafting Trevor Lawrence. Oh, my God. Braden Mann. Yeah. The highest ranked punter in that draft class, the first punter drafted in that class, and had several punts that were returned for touchdowns. Just did not have hang time. So, yeah, I mean, I think you got to rate him lower than Leonard Williams, don't you? So, Roger's going with a 9. Sharon's going with a 9. I think I probably would as well. Probably. All right. Guys, I got to be honest. I don't know if we got to get 5 Jets better than Leonard Williams. I don't know if we're going to get it on this wheel. I don't know. All right, Braden Mann's going to be number 9. Yeah, last couple have been unanimous. This was easy. David D's heading out to Burger King for Whopper Wednesday. See you soon. Hey, take us in the car with you. Yeah, go through the drive-thru, and the people at Burger King could ask you about the wheel, and you could talk to them about it. All right, let's go on to spin number 5. I'm going to go. We got to get sort of an average Jet here. I'm going to go Kelvin Beachum. Kelvin Beachum. Good left tackle, good guy, but not great, not terrible. Just a guy. The definition of a Jag in my mind. All right, Tony Alexio goes with Wayne Corbett. Again, I think Tony's gone. Corbett. No, he went with Altoon last time. Okay. Harlan goes Jeff Loggeman. Roger with Thomas Jones. All right. Yeah, we're trying some different guys here, but nobody's gotten one right just yet. See what happens. Okay. Bob Crable. Sharon, I actually know who he is, but I can't quite say we have him on this particular wheel. Okay, here we go. Spin number 5 in 3, 2, 1. And we land on, oh no, stop. Oh man, I wanted Leon Washington. Instead, it's Chris freaking Herndon. Oh, this is what I was afraid of. Chris Herndon, who had like 1 or 2 great catches that rookie year with Sam Darnold, and after that became an absolute dog. A dog. Oh my gosh. You talk about a guy who was like a 1-year wonder. Chris Herndon epitomizes that. And I think Joe Douglas made a pretty outstanding trade, if I remember correctly. I want to say, I want to say that they got MC2 back in that trade. Let me check that. I know it was a 4th round pick, but let's see. All right. All right. So Chris Herndon, is he going anywhere but the number 8 spot? I highly doubt it. Yeah. Right. Yeah. When he got traded to the Vikings, I was just trying to remember who they got back. I want to say it was either Clemens or Carter came back. The only numbers open are 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 8. So yeah, 7's taken because Leonard Williams is in spot 7. So we can't put him at 7. I think we got to put him at 8, right? Chris Herndon has to be lower than Leonard Williams. So all right. So I'm going to give you a recap right now. So number 10, Christian Hackenberg. Number 9, Braden Mann. Number 8, Chris Herndon. Number 7, Leonard Williams. I swear to God, I should just make a Jets bust wheel. Oh my gosh, I could fill it up so easily. Number 7, Leonard Williams. Number 3, Lavernius Coles. We've got 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 still open. This is not heading towards what I would call the promised land. Okay, all right. I'm going to try to manifest something good here. We're going to see what we could do. I'm going to say Bart Scott's going to be next on our wheel. Maybe not the best player, but definitely a good character guy. Definitely helped make that defense more than it was in those Rex years. So I'm going to go Bart Scott. All right, everybody, let's see your picks. Put them right down there in the chat. I'll give you a minute or so. Roger says all the shit is off the wheel. We still have, let me see. Yeah. Well, yeah, we still have Vlad Ducasse left. I think we still have Doug Bryan on the wheel. I don't think I took him off. We have Wayne Hunter and oh yeah, we got some legends. Blair Thomas, Buster Screen. We got jailbirds on this friggin' thing. You know what I'm talking about? Browning Nagel. Oh, Dwayne Robertson, Greg Van Roten. Believe me, plenty of crap still left. All right. Puha, Mo Lewis. All right, here we go. Spin number 6. All right, let's get some good Jets. Let's have some good Jets. I want some good motion. Let's go. Let's go. No whammies. No whammies. And we come to a stop on, oh, dear God. The human yellow flag himself, the jailbird Buster Screen. Oh, for forgery and bad checks in Canada. Oh my God. Can we put him at 6? Can I just put him at 6, everybody? Does anybody mind? Buster Screen. This is legitimately shaping up to go down as the worst wheel we have ever had. And we still have 4 picks. This is like actually watching a Jets game. How bad can it really get? What is the lowest number? 6. Guys, I hope you'll understand. I have made an executive decision. Buster Skrine is number 6 on this wheel. That is the lowest I could put him. Oh my gosh, he took more penalties than like Matt Rempe of the Rangers. Unbelievable. You know, Tony, right now, Chris Streveler, he can make the top 5. That's how bad this is. He really could. All right, guys, all we got spots 1, 2, 4, and 5. I guess I need to go with a bad one to get a good one. So I got to go with Blair Thomas. I'm going to go with the bus right now. Roger, 6 is good. He wasn't as bad as his felonies. He could play okay, but he took so many penalties. That's just what I always think of with him. I can't get that off my mind with him. All right, I see Krebet. I see Lamont Jordan. Good one. All right, we're just looking for 4 Jets better than Buster Skrine. Is that really so hard? Really? Can we not do that? All right. Tony will like Streveler number 1. I know Chris Streveler is on the quarterback wheel, but he is not on this wheel. Okay, here we go. Spin number 7 in 3, 2, 1. And we're going to come to a stop on, oh, this looks good. Joe Klecko, Hall of Famer. Joe Klecko, one of the greatest defensive linemen the NFL ever knew. You know the deal. Pro Bowler at 3 separate positions, drafted very late out of Temple University. And, man, made it all the way to the promised land, and now he's wearing the gold jacket right now. There we go. Guys, where's he going to be? Number 1 or number 2? I can't, we're not putting him below Lavernius Coles. This is Ring of Honor. This is Hall of Fame, baby. Harlan wants a 1. Roger wants a 1. Oh, yeah. Oh, there. I see the ones popping in. We the ones. That's right. That's right. Cool. All right. Yep. Sharon. Yep. Sharon won as well. Yeah, I think we got to do it. Joe Klecko, number 1. For the first time in maybe 2 months, we are filling up the number 1 spot before the end of the wheel. Okay, guys. So here's what we have left. Spots 2, 4, and 5. Here's what we filled in. Number 1, Joe Klecko. Number 3, Lavernius Coles. 6, Buster Skrine. Number 7, Leonard Williams. 8, Chris Herndon. 9, Braden Mann. 10, Christian Hackenberg. The only thing that really gives me pause here is having Buster Skrine ahead of Leonard Williams. That's the part that is tough for me to wrap my mind around. All right, but if we get the other 3 right, you know what? I think we could probably accept it. All right, I am gonna go. I don't know if I put this guy on the wheel. I thought I had. If I haven't, I should update the wheel. All right, I'll have to update it for next time. All right, let's go Freeman McNeil. I know I think Sharon mentioned Freeman McNeil. I'm going to go with Freeman McNeil on this one. All right, Sharon goes Curtis Martin. Okay. So we need 2, 4, and 5 to fill in. So we need 1 better than Lavernius Coles. I think we could do it in 3 spins. Roger is going to go with Kevin Mawai. All right. All right, Chet. Still got a very nice turnout here. This is awesome, man. I'm going 1.5 hours. This is awesome. Go ahead and put your picks in there. All right. I think we're good. All right. We're going to spin the wheel. This is going to be spin number 8 in 3, 2, 1. Spin. And we come to a stop. Oh, Jesus, Lord, help us. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay. You know what? This is like a NASCAR train car wreck. Vlad Ducasse. Well, I think we're going to put him at number 5. I'm pretty sure we're going to put him as low as we possibly can. Although spot number 5 may not be big enough for him. I think he overfloated a little bit. I know every night's the lowest number available. You could say, was Vlad better than Buster Screen? I don't know. Better than Leonard Williams? Probably not. Yeah, he did leave the Jets and went on to have a decent career, but come on, Vlad Ducasse. It's sad. Earlier I mentioned the crap that was still on the wheel. I mentioned Screen and Ducasse as 2 of them, and we've landed on them. This is unbelievable. You know what? I think we got to get another bust here. I think we do. Roger F., can we use our free spin for this? I tried to, but Vlad basically sat on me, and he won't allow me to get to the keyboard. He wants to be on the wheel. Maybe I should have a respin thing on here. Maybe, I don't know. Or I could put some gimmicks in this wheel, like go back 1 space or pick a player on either side of the space. I could put some gimmicks on this. I could definitely add more into this wheel. I really could. I'm going to think about that, and the next time we do the 100 wheel, I will throw in some kind of a gimmick on this. Somewhere there'll be some gimmicks to make it a little bit more fun. Okay, so Vlad Ducasse is number 5. You know what, guys? You've hung with me long enough tonight. You know what? I am invoking an executive decision. Vlad Ducasse is out of here! Out of here! He is on IR. He ate too much. He could not show up. We are going to redo this spin right now. It is not over yet. It is not over yet. We are going to redo spin number 8 right now. Everybody, you keep the picks that you made from the beginning earlier. So I'm going to redo the wheel for you guys. Let us spin number 8 in 3, 2, 1. If we land on Ducasse again, I am turning the freaking show off. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's good. Wayne Chrebet, number 80. Also, a fellow Ring of Honor member and one of the most beloved Jets in history. Do I even need to say anything more? And it's only fair, it's only fair that Chrebet and Coles are going to be next to each other on this list. So all we have is spot 2 and spot 4 with Laveranues Coles right smack in the middle. So you know what? With Chrebet, I don't think anybody guessed him. Harlan did, but Harlan guessed him, but that was for Klecko. So, okay. So, yeah, but Harlan, I know you would put him at 2 anyway. So there you go. So Wayne Chrebet, number 2. Okay, so now we have spots 4 and 5 left. 4 and 5. So all we're trying to do is go between Laveranues Coles and Buster Screen. How hard could that possibly be? We're going to do that, right? We got to be able to do that. Okay, guys, we'll let the picks go at this point. We'll just see if you want to go 4 or 5 for this next spin. Okay, I'm going to do spin number 9. So after we're done, it's a 4 or it's a 5. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to spin the wheel in 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? It's going to be, oh, Jesus Lord. Oh, it's Joe Namath. Oh, my God. This is the worst start and the best finish of all time. Oh, man. Joe Namath. Well, I guess we're going to have to put him at number 4. I mean, if you want to say Klecko's a better Jet, no problem. Chrebet, Coles, you're pushing it a little bit. Because I know the interceptions. I know all of that. But he was the franchise. So Joe Namath, yeah, I got to put him at number 4. I don't think are we going to put him at 5 over 4? I don't think so. So Joe Willie Namath, number 4. Just think about where this list is right now. Spots 1 through 4, Klecko, Chrebet, Coles, Namath. Spots 6 through 10, Screen, Leonard Williams, Chris Herndon, Braidman, and Christian Hackenberg. Holy hell. Number 5 is going to be very interesting. Our final spin of the night. I don't even know how to feel about this wheel right now. This is about the nuttiest freaking wheel we've ever done. It may be. But this is going to be for spin number 5. All right. So we're looking for in between Joe Namath and Buster Screen. Come on, how hard could that one be? Okay, here we go. Guys, this is the final spin of the night. And let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Spin. Yeah, watch it be a kicker, right, Roger? Yeah, it would be a kicker. And it's going to be Muhammad Wilkerson. You know what? I could buy that. Mo Wilk in spot number 5. So I'm going to read back this list. Number 10, Christian Hackenberg. Number 9, Braden Mann. And remember, did we go like best to worst from 1 to 10? That's what we care about. Christian Hackenberg. Number 9, Braden Mann. Number 8, Chris Herndon. Number 7, Leonard Williams. Number 6, Buster Screen. Number 5, Muhammad Wilkerson. Number 4, Joe Namath. Number 3, Lavernius Coles. Number 2, Wayne Corbett. And number 1, Joe Klecko. Guys, I got 2 issues with this list as I'm going to stop sharing the screen and bring myself back up. Coles ahead of Namath and Buster Screen ahead of Leonard Williams. Guys, do you think that we can what do you think? In your minds, can you get behind Coles over Namath and Screen over Leonard Williams, the over Big Cat? I don't know if I can. But yeah, I'm curious. I want to see what you guys think in the chat because I'm on the fence. Really am. Roger F says we lost. Yeah. It's like I'm trying to convince myself that this turned out a lot better than it could have. It's like we had a great comeback. We just felt like one play short. You know what I mean? We're like the Tennessee Titans in that Super Bowl against the St. Louis Rams. So unfortunately, I saw there's a quick comment here. That's the way the wheel came out, Harlan said. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but it was a good comeback. But at the end of the day, like the Jets in the AFC Championship game at Pittsburgh, you got to play 60 minutes. But it was a good try, and it was one of the most fun wheels that I think we did in a while. All right. So, everybody, again, I want to thank everybody for joining me. Be sure to check out all the other great content creators out there. Proud New York Jets fan, Buffalo Jets fan, Tigo, everybody else out there, Ryan, Matt, Green Bean, whoever you like. Just, hey, support who you like. Share the word. Of course, I'd appreciate it if you share the word about this channel. We are so close to 1,000 subscribers, less than 40 away. I am so ready to cross that 1,000 mark. Can't do it without you guys. So I appreciate it very, very much. So everybody, I just got this to say. This is not over yet. It feels over, but this can be a get-right game because we are playing probably the one team that sucks more than we do right now. And let's see if the Davante Adams speech works. I'm still going to be there. I'm still going to watch this game because, damn it, this team is like a cancer inside of all of us. And we are going to stick with it until we can't do it anymore. We ain't quitting. Everybody, I hope you have a great rest of your night. And I will see you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair. Good night, everybody.